Ba-ba-bum bum, ba-da-dum ba-bum, ba-da-dum bum. Hello, welcome on my little meals to the Tetris movie review, spoiler review with your host, Oatmeal Joey Arnold. I just got done watching it the last 3 hours or 4. Well, the last hour I was making a video, but then I realized the mic was muted, and so I gotta start over. Gotta start all over. What a waste of time. Why do I always run into these problems? Life is like a game of Tetris. Let me tell you all about it. I really did enjoy watching the movie and everything, and I'm gonna show you the movie. But before I do, uh, I'm gonna say a few things. I'm not gonna exactly say everything I said before, because I don't feel like saying it all over again. Because I'm just very disappointed that the video failed. But in life, you're gonna fail just like this guy Hank Rogers, not Fred Rogers of the Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, or Hank Rogers, the other Hank Rogers, the baseball player. Sometimes when life is gonna be really, really hard. I like the music. I like the Tetris theme that you see in the with the graphics in the movie. It's just like every once in a while, like they're going through between the cars. Between the truck and the building, they have to squeeze right through, and they make it, and they run from the Kremlin, run from the KGB. They try to escape the USSR, Soviet Union, before it became Russia again. And because the walls were falling down, Mr. Fred Flintstone, no. Hot Wilma, no. It was President Ronald Reagan. He was like, tear down these walls, Mr. Grobble, whatever your name is. Yeah. And so it's like people wanted freedom. And so it's kind of pretty good movie. And I really enjoyed it. The sound of my voice may not really tell you that I enjoyed it. The look of my face may not tell you that, because I don't really feel good in some ways because of what happened with me messing up the audio, and because the light is not so good. Uh-oh. Yeah, I got technical difficulties. It's almost like designing a game. So many problems that you run into. But if you keep on going, eventually you'll solve them? Question mark. So, the movie is really, 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 really fun, based on a true story of the guy, Hank Rogers, helping the creator of Tetris take the game worldwide, because like he came up with the game in Russia, but like they really didn't want to help him make a lot of money and stuff, and if he did make money, they're gonna get some of it, and that's what was happening. And this guy Hank Rogers was helping him. He had a family. He fell in love with a girl in Hawaii, and then moved to Japan, and started making a family with her, and it was really cool, and I liked the family. And the Tetris guy had a family too. That's right. They had a family too. They both had a family, and the Hank Rogers guy is like going around making deals and stuff. It was really, really good. And he went to he went to Seattle, and he saw a Game Boy for the first time. And, like, he had to sign a NDA so they wouldn't tell him about it, because this was like a year or two before it came out for the first time. And it was really cool, and he was able to show them what Tetris looked like on the Game Boy. That was really cool. And he had to try to make a deal with them. And then there was Atari, and then there was this middle guy. He was like originally got the deal out to Nintendo, supposedly, or whatever. And then he got screwed over by Mr. Maxwell, who ended up owing $5 million to a lot of people. And that's probably why his company went down the drain. And you may have seen his little floppy disks, because he made a lot of floppy disks, and I have some of them in my room. That's right, Maxwell floppy disks. He did computer stuff in a big company, and he was like trying to buy the rights of Tetris, and maybe he did, maybe he didn't. He thought he had the rights or whatever, and the middle guy didn't, or maybe the KGB screwed him over, or different people screwing each other behind the back, or maybe only one person did. And I guess they used like the one guy in Russia. He was the guy that was like the ultimate bad guy. But then Maxwell, he was a pretty big bad guy too. And then in the end, he mysteriously died or was murdered by the son, who he didn't like, and he was pretty upset about that. And he had to go to trial. The son had to go to court. That was pretty devastating. But I really enjoyed the movie and the story of the two guys working together to bring the movie to the world. The video game Tetris, and it was just like just a computer game. And then he had to he was in Russia, and he was talking to the guy about the contract, and he was like, the problem that you got. You see, I'm not a criminal here. I didn't steal the rights or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think that I stole it. Well, I get the rights from the other guy who got it from the other guy who got it from you. And then they were like, no, we only gave them the rights to sell Tetris on computers. And he's like, well, in the contract, you didn't really define computer. And so then they had to go back and rework the contract, and the company was working with the country of Russia, because that's what you do in communism. And then it fell, and so they did that, and they had to make new contracts, and eventually made a deal with Nintendo. And Hank Rogers, like, he bet the house, literally, he bet the house, and it was terrible because he was going to lose it all. And then in the end, it was like pretty devastating. I mean, almost you think in the end, not in the end, but almost to the end, like in the middle of the movie, it's kind of good, kind of like, it's almost as bad as Kathy steal my bike. It's almost as bad as YouTube steal my bike, over 10,000 bikes. I mean, videos is like pretty devastating when you lose it all and you're trying to like bet it all, and you're trying to, how do I look? I bet Nintendo's probably wondering that. They probably look pretty good with the Mario game movie. I mean, I need to watch that. But here's another movie about Nintendo. So they got 2 movies out right now: Tetris and Super Mario, the Super Mario Brothers movie. Yeah, okay. How do I look? I think I don't look so good close up. The reason why I like it is because I can look at my screen and I can see it. It's probably a bad thing to say. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things you can say. Like, so many bad things you can say, especially when you're trying to make a deal. And that's kind of what you learn when you're watching this Tetris movie. That's right. Boo ba doo ba doo doo ba doo ba boom ba boom boom boom. Anyways, I feel exhausted. Feel like I cannot get past this level in life. I'm joking. Am I joking? Today, I probably should make a separate movie video about this. It's the 20th anniversary of Tiffany Combo. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about that because we're not gonna go 10 hours. I can probably play the game for 10 hours. Yeah. Anyways, there's so many problems when I make videos. Audio problems, my mouth, my face, my life, the audio, the video, the audio, etc. Let's not talk about that because now's not the time. Sometimes you gotta know when it's time. Those KGB people, they were really scaring the Tetris guy and his family. And they were like dropping things off a building. And they were like, what do you think is going to fall first? This penny or this penny? This thing or that thing? This little quarter or your little precious chair? Oh, you have some beautiful children. It'd be a shame if something were to happen. And then they went into the house of Hank Rogers while he was still in Russia. Like they sent over people, like they had people, I don't know how they did it, but like they had people over in Japan, and they were like threatening him. In the end, it was all good in the hood. And one of my favorite parts is the final countdown. They were at a party and they all knew the words. And Hank Rogers was like, "You guys know the words?" And the Tetris guy's like, he's like, "Good ideas have no boundaries. Like, you can't stop a good idea. You know, there's nothing gonna stop it. No, there's not gonna be no barrier to a good idea. You know, like a language barrier. No way. They knew the words to the final countdown. That's a great song. I love that song. The final countdown. Apple AI. Oh no, AI taking over the world. Tetris 1988. Las Vegas. Starring Bulletproof Software Designer Hank Rogers, not Fred Rogers. What a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Yeah, Hank Rogers, player one. There he is trying to sell a game that fails. Then there's his girl playing Tetris. And then he starts getting into it. And then he's talking to his Japanese partner here. And he's trying to sell it to him. He's trying to get a loan. He's trying to get a lot of money from him. And then here's the founder, the creator, the author of Tetris. Here's the middle guy, Robert Stein. And he buys up licenses. He buys up rights from games from other countries and then sells it to the West for a profit. Here he is going to the headquarters of Nintendo in Japan. He's like, "Where's the bathroom?" Because he didn't really have an appointment. And he was able to sneak in and talk to the founder. And he uses analogies like, I need a partner. Just like Mario needs Luigi and Donkey Kong needs Diddy and, Zelda needs Link. The Punch-Out guy needs somebody, whoever the hell he's punching. And he's all laughing. Wow. And he's like, "Oh, I just need some money. Mario and Link and whoever he's punching out." And yeah, and he's like, "Ooh, I like your analogies. I really enjoy the analogies." And let's see, we can make money with the arcade stuff. And but then he didn't really have the rights. And in this movie, you'll find out, it's like people going back and forth, different companies, different people going between different countries and trying to buy the rights and stuff. And then, you got the rights. No, you got the rights. No, I got the rights. No, you got the rights. And I already got the rights to this, to that. And, I got the rights to the video games and the arcades. No, you didn't. Yes, I do. No, you don't. Yes, you do. Yes, and no, I don't. Yes, you do. Maybe, got to write a new contract. Oh, man. Got to write a new contract? What? Let's see. What's going on? Let's see. Game Boy. This is the part where they see the Game Boy. Hold on. This is the part where he goes to Seattle. He has to sign a NDA, and he is able to put Tetris on it. There's Hank Rogers and his girlfriend. No, translator. That's odd. He's actually a spy. Oh no, a spy. You're my spy? No, he doesn't know that. And this is the part where she kisses him as blackmail. And then this is the part where he's the KGB guy is like looking at the Tetris guy and his kids. And it's kind of like he's indirectly saying, those are beautiful kids you got. It'd be the same if something would have happened to them. It's like the mafia all over again. The Godfather. Here's the company in Russia that that had the rights to Tetris. And so he was working between the different people, the Tetris guy and Hank Rogers and Mr. Maxwell and his son and the other guy. And then here's the leader of the Soviet Union. And this is the part where Mr. Maxwell comes over. He comes over to try to make another deal. And he's like, "Hey, I give you the rights to a bunch of encyclopedias, information, and you give me the rights to the game. It's a good deal. An exchange of information. It's fair. No money involved because you love communism, and the guy says, "Nah, communism and die. I'm sorry, it's not gonna work." Meanwhile, Mr. Maxwell is actually sending money to that guy behind his son's back, and so he doesn't know about that. And anyways, they end up making a deal. The good guys end up making a deal. Oh wait, here's the girl. She ends up arresting the other guy in the end, this guy. And so he's like the ultimate bad guy. There she is holding a gun to his face. He's like, "How dare you?" He was only like trying to run after those guys in the airport, and so they're able to go home, listen to the daughter sing, because he was away on a business trip and he was able to attend the her recital. And then they moved to San Francisco, including the Tetris guy and his family, Hank Rogers and his family, and he was able to hug Hank and, express these American emotions, as he would call it. Robert Stein continued licensing games. He never got over losing Tetris. Maxwell lost a lot. And then it talks about his son. He had to go to trial. Hank's daughter became the CEO of Tetris. I thought that was really, really cool. And over 500 million copies sold. It's a really cool game. I enjoyed watching the movie. I enjoyed the game. I've always enjoyed the game since I was small. And this game is always fun to play, and the movie's good too. The movie will always be in my heart.